have a monkey in your pants?
Alright guys, welcome back. This is another Bad Influence fan commentary. This time it is Season 1 Episode 10. Bad Influence was a 1990s magazine computer video game show here in the UK, presented by Andy Crane. He's that dude with the weird floppy hair. And Violet Nipples Berlin. That's the woman who's got hairdo like the woman from Rocky. Let's see what's happening this week.
Hi, this is Bad Influence. Our main review this week is Prince of Persia on the SNES.
On the SNES. Oh, awesome game actually. It's really decent for the SNES as well.
And I'll be meeting Igor, a robot who taught himself to walk. Down, Igor.
No, he didn't. Andy, you lie.
And Z reports from the biggest computer game show in the universe.
Z is basically the American
reporter.
reporter.
Tear him away from that monitor.
And I've got no idea what he's doing.
But before all of that rubbish, here is a very big number.
Mr. Namrud, he's the guy that gives the hints,
No, not like
tips and
that.
cheats, I should say.
Like this. 999, comma, 99.
I've got no idea what he's doing.
900. But what does it mean? Is it the amount of fans that I've got?
No.
No, I've got a lot more than that.
You lie.
Is it perchance the amount of dosh Violet spends on hair dye each week? No.
Hair
Is
dye.
it the number of
Hair
minutes
product.
Andy Crane is on the
Keep
telly
it sticking
each
up
week?
like
Well,
that.
maybe. But it's also the number of points you'll start the game with if you use this brilliant cheat for Dragon's Fury on the Mega Drive.
Why do you want to start
Simply
with loads of
type in
points? I honestly cannot see the point in that. And why is that screen so small?
And away you go. 9999999.
Oh, pinball game. I vaguely remember that.
Balls.
Vaguely remember that game.
That's stupid.
If you're an
Nipples,
avid follower
what are
of
you
Namrud,
wearing
you may be
today?
pleased to hear that you don't actually have to become an inadequate human
Who
being
dressed
in
you
order
back
to
in the
walk.
90s?
This is an electronic Namrud, a
An
cheat device
electronic
called
Namrud.
Game
This is an
Genie.
introduction
You can
to
use it
game
to do
cheat
loads of different
cards.
cheats on various
The
games
Game
on the
Genie.
Mega Drive and soon on the Game Boy. And this
Wow,
comes
this is
with
obviously
it
when
to
it's
tell you all
just
the different
first out.
cheats. For example, you can have more ammunition, extra continues, change your speed,
More
get
nipples,
infinite lives,
bigger
or
nipples,
you can even make the games harder, but I'm not going to demonstrate
violet
that right now.
nipples.
Basically,
Her
you put your
hair's
game
epic.
into the Game Genie, and your Game Genie
GL76 gaming, if you're watching
and when
this,
you turn it on, this
I know you're
screen
enjoying
comes
this.
up, and you have to put the codes in. So, for my game, which
You
is
Violet
Batman,
Nipples Berlin fan, you.
I've put in the master code already, and I need to put in another one. I think I'll make it so that punches, knives, and guns don't hurt him. And the code for that is B2AT.
I never really had much experience with Game Genie cards back in the day. Vaguely played with one
I can put that in
on
for my
Shadowrun
joypad.
for the SNES.
C,
Messed about with that, but
2, A,
I found it was right arse pain. It was trying to make up your own codes is
A,
what it was.
4, 6. Now I turn that on, and while it's booting up, I'll just tell you, there's a switch on the side here, which means that if you want to decide not to use the cheats, you can turn them off, or then you can turn them on again later.
Awesome
Now,
idea.
we're here in Gotham
Switches.
City, and I'm not going to punch or hit or anything like that and see if they harm me. Nope. I'm immune to it all. I'm just going to walk right through to the end of the level.
Well, because
You can
that's
do that
fun.
normally, actually,
Andy
she doesn't use a
Crane
device like that.
with
But
your
how do they
juice
work?
jumper.
Well, this one's a bit
What
like
the hell
Game
are you
Genie.
wearing?
This is called an action replay. It'll run on most computers and consoles.
Action
The
replay.
game we plugged into it, I'm sure you'll recognise as the Addams Family.
Maybe it was an
Now, this
action
bit of the
replay
Addams
that I
Family you
used.
probably won't recognise. This is actually the computer program that makes the whole game run.
What?
Now, when your game starts, of course, you have 5 lives for your character. And if you look in the program, you can see where those 5 lives are here. It says 5, player 1, number of lives. If you put in a cheat for infinite lives, the bit of the program that would normally knock off a life when you get killed doesn't run. It gets bypassed, if you like, so the lives always stay at 5. But how does the action replay know which bit of the program to bypass? Well, if we go to the trainer screen, this is where you can actually start to do your own
I think it
cheats.
was
You can
action
do
replay
live
that I used for the
cheats or
SNES
timer
actually. This
cheats. You
looks
can cheat with the energy bar,
ridiculously
change your
familiar.
status, but it's lives that I'm interested in. In fact, this is quite a lengthy process, but earlier on today...
And it was where
I did
you
actually
basically
teach the
make
action
up your
replay
own
how to
codes
give
by
me infinite
teaching
lives
it
in the Addams
what
Family.
changes in the
First, I
game and
told
what
the
you don't
action
want to
replay that I
change or
had
what you
5
want
lives.
extra of.
It then found all the places in the program where the number 5 appeared. There were actually too many to list. Then I played the game for a bit until I lost a life. I told the action replay that I now had just 4 lives. It then looked at all the places in the program where 5 had changed to 4 and worked out the code to give me infinite lives.
Wow.
7E00AC05. So with this code in, even when I die, I always have got 5 lives.
You cheaters.
Simple, eh? A word of warning though, none of these cheat devices are approved in the UK by the major console manufacturers. So, in the unlikely event that your SNES or your Mega Drive blows up while one of these is plugged in, your guarantee won't be valid.
That's never going to happen. That's pure scaremongering.
Oh
my God, what are you wearing? I know I've already said that.
All Namru's cheats and tips appear in the data
Christ.
at the end of the programme. But now for this week's main game review, it's Prince of Persia on the SNES. It's a classic game that's been around on the Amiga for a couple of years.
Absolutely amazing game, actually.
To negotiate his way around a labyrinth of dingy
Originally played on a PC, and the SNES version's a wee bit different, the graphics on it, but the game itself still really, really
There's no other
good.
game like it. It was brilliant on the Amiga, but this version is bigger,
I
better,
thought
and
you were going
faster.
you better be saying you like it, little man.
This guard's quite hard to beat because of the moving platform. After you've beaten him, you've got to jump quickly.
Jump
and avoid the
quickly.
spikes at the end.
Oh, ooh.
You've got to have real patience when you're playing this game. You've got to come back to a level time and time again to progress.
I need to pick this up for the SNES, actually.
This part's quite difficult. You've got to tiptoe past these choppers,
Choppers.
otherwise you'll be soon crushed.
Good name. Tiptoe past the choppers.
The animation and graphics are brilliant. The way that he moves has been digitized from a real person, and so it adds a lot of realism to the game. This is the sumo wrestler, and he's one of the hardest guards to beat.
What?
He attacks
Is he?
well,
Is he
defends
really a
well.
sumo wrestler? How do we know he's a sumo
Look at
wrestler? He's not wearing
detail
sumo
in the
wrestler
background
panties
and the
or
character.
nappies
The way
or
he swipes is
slapping
amazing.
salt or dust or slapping
Just
his
like a
bum or
fat
feet
man.
on the ground. How do we
I'd
know
definitely
this?
buy Prince of Persia. The levels are massive and there are many of them. I'd rate it 5 stars. Probably the best game on the Super NES right now.
What? Really?
Main character
Was
is
Super Mario
fantastic,
World
and the
out
game
for
is really
the
great
Super
looking.
NES then? I'm sure it was, considering it was out at launch.
Because it's a very challenging game.
It is a challenging game. Good game.
Graphics are the best I've seen
Whoa.
in the system. You need real skill and
Nice
patience
t-shirt.
to get anywhere quickly.
And so the final scores for Prince of Persia.
4.
The boys gave it an excellent 4 out of 5.
4.
And the girls liked it just as
I'm
much.
good
They
at
gave
this
it 4
guessing
out
the
of 5 as
stars game. 4, well deserved, I think, that game.
Last week, our American reporter Z Wright visited the most
Z Wright.
important computer
Can
and
I call
video
him
game
Zed Wright?
show in the world. Held every year in Las Vegas, it features everything from washing machines to home cinema.
What?
But Z concentrated
Zed.
on games and gadgets. Here's his report.
Hello, Zed.
Hi, and welcome to Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. And the
Viva
venue for the
Las
huge
Vegas,
Consumer
Mr. Zed.
Electronics Show, or CES for short. This is the place where all the video game producers get to show off their latest
Your
and
tweed
hottest
hoodie
stuff.
looks overly...
Nintendo is very big
oversized.
in America. Their exhibits take up a whole room.
Oh,
The
that
game
looks
that
awesome.
everybody
Game Boy's
wants to play now
sign thing
is
in the
Star
background.
Fox,
Oh, I
the
want to
new
be there. I want to be
revolutionary
there.
game. Let's check it out.
Yes, can I check it out?
It's revolutionary because it contains an extra microprocessor called the Super FX chip.
Did that like
inside the
jump
game
skip a
cartridge.
part or something?
This means that the Super Nintendo can perform better than ever before.
Oh my god, this was before
The
even
game
Starwing
has
was out.
3D graphics,
Or Star
and while
Fox,
you're playing,
whatever country
the
you're
Super
from.
FX chip withdraws the screen moment by moment. This makes the gameplay very fast and fluid.
Awesome
Oh,
game.
man.
Revolutionary back in the day, like you say.
It's hard. This is mad hard.
It's mad hard.
You play
This must be
Box
pretty
McCloud,
early
Space
because
Mercenary out to save the universe.
they've not even bothered to
Three
fill
routes
in
take you
the
to 10 different planets.
details of the
There's
ship
also
there.
a couple of secret levels built in, especially for expert players.
Great game,
This
absolutely
summer,
amazing.
Game Boy fans on both sides
Oh,
of the
Game
Atlantic
Boy.
have a chance to play their first ever Zelda game, Link's Awakening.
Oh my god, this must be
In
super
this
early.
game, the hero Link, familiar to Super Nintendo players, will have to battle his way through a large world of dungeons, secrets, and
Absolutely
adventures. There's lots
amazing
of
game
old
this
characters
is.
here, plus some new ones too.
Probably my all-time favourite Game Boy game. First Zelda I ever played.
How you doing?
Fine, Mario. What's
Fine,
new?
Mario.
Hey, have you and the guys at Bad Influence heard about my first movie?
First?
Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, it sucked.
It's out in May, and I'm the star, played by Bob Hoskins, you know?
Yeah, we've heard about it, but we haven't seen anything.
I'm
of it.
telling you from the
Yes,
future, Mr.
well,
Zed
Just
or
take
Z.
a look at this.
It sucks. The movie sucks.
Want to give us the rock back, lady?
Come and get it, big boy.
Oh, away we go. Copyright claims left, right, and centre on this video now. God damn it! Why are they showing a whole movie section? La la la. We'll just talk over it in the hope that Google's YouTube copyright devices will be unable to detect what is going on and not flag this video. Can we fast forward to Zed? Thank you. Wow, he's like a musical Bruce Lee.
This is the activator, an 8-sided floor pad which creates an
Stroke
invisible
musical
wall
Bruce
of
Lee, Michael
infrared
Jackson
light.
dancing
When a beam
dude.
is broken, it makes a musical chord.
Sega has invented a way to play video games, not with a controller pad, but using your whole body.
Oh, tell me. No, really?
I'm playing Streets of Rage 2 like I've never played it before.
Wow.
The activator translates
It's like
my
the
movements
Kinect
into
of the
movements of my
90s,
character,
but without
Axel.
spying
When I
on
kick,
you,
Axel kicks
sort
too.
of.
Different and definitely not for couch potatoes.
I do not remember seeing that. I can only imagine it didn't take off. 3DO.
Yeah. Oh.
Awesome
3DO
machine.
is basically an interactive
Failed
CD
because
system,
of the way
but
it
the
was
word is,
licensed,
it's set to become a
produced,
standard format like audio,
the
cassettes, or
ridiculous
VHS.
price of
So,
it,
what
but
does it do?
it's
Well,
still a pretty
does a
decent
lot.
machine. Like, it could have had a good run at it. It's a pretty powerful
This
little
is a
thing.
prototype multiplayer. It'll play
It's just
regular
it's a
audio
shame it was
CDs,
so overly
photo
priced.
CDs, and games.
That's why it did not do very well.
3DO can move graphics around much quicker than a PC. Here's
Wow.
the proof. It can store and manipulate pictures in a number of ways.
3DO was probably massively hyped back in the day. Like I say, the price is what screwed it up.
Figure around using the joypad and alter the perspective. These techniques are being developed for interactive
Mr.
movies
Trip
on
Hawkins
3DO
should have made the
machines.
machine himself instead of
3DO will be
licensing it
launched
out
in
to
America in
other
October
manufacturers, and
and in
then
Britain in
it
April
might not have been
94.
so expensive.
These demos just show the basic abilities of the
Could have made the system a little bit cheaper and made the money back on the games, but nope, that was one fuck up, Mr. Trip Hawkins. I hate you for it. What if the 3DO
This is Z-Right
was
for Bad Influence
good?
in Las Vegas.
What if
See
it
ya.
done well? See ya, Mr.
Right,
ZZ.
techie Bertlers, pay
Nah, I'm rude, you dirty
attention. The word
fertler.
of the week is...
Don't be drawing no nutty pictures on there.
Now, Pong was the name of the very first video arcade game invented by Atari in America. It was a
Correcto.
kind of a black and white tennis game that had two white lines as rackets and a white splodge as a ball.
Correcto.
On the other hand, there's Ping, which is the noise your Game Boy makes. when
Hello,
you switch
Game
it
Boy,
on.
I love you.
And then, of course, we've got Pang. Now, Pang
What the-
is the name of the
It's-
game on
yes.
the Amiga for which I'm about to reveal this brilliant
That was a very
cheat.
long-winded way
All
of
you
telling
do
us that you're going to give
is
us a
type
Pang
in,
cheat, sir.
What a nice
Mega 600 sitting there.
sheet on the map screen. And
Why
you'll
have
be
you got a
able to skip
600,
levels.
not a 500 plus?
And then, of course,
Or a
there's,
1200?
Peng, which is half a penguin. Yes. So there's a penguin.
Nam, you don't have to speak some nonsense, son. Mario and Yoshi.
is a Tetrisy sort of game.
Tetrisy sort of game. Could you not have described that in a better way rather than a Tetrisy sort of game?
You've lost.
Is Columns a Tetrisy sort of game?
I saw this game, I thought it was a poor copy of Tetris. But now that I've played it, I know
It's
this
quite a
isn't-
simple sort of puzzle game, this actually.
Neat
Not a
game to
big
pick
fan
up,
of it
and
at
it's a
all.
great game to play.
No, not a great game. I'm not a fan of
You
it.
control the game by moving Mario around so the characters land on different trays. Here I am trying to get identical characters to land on each other to make them disappear.
That's right, that's how the game works, lady.
If you match the top and the bottom bits of Yoshi's egg, Yoshi then hatches. This gives you bonus points.
We don't want bonus points,
is
we
the other
want
game.
Yoshis.
Start with characters already on the screen, and the object is to clear them. Both games have 5 levels and 2 speeds, and they're all pretty similar.
I do not rate
I've been
this.
playing this game non-stop for a week
I
now,
give it
and
2
I'm hooked.
stars.
I'd buy it.
I would not buy it.
This game's okay for a little while, but gets boring very quickly.
Thank you.
It's not as addictive as Tetris.
You see sense, my boy.
The box
Oh,
is
hello.
tempting, but the game's a bit disappointing.
Not seen your voice before.
It's the worst Mario
Did
game
you say
I've
that
ever
the
seen.
box is tempting?
And the scores for Mario
2.
and Yoshi, the boys gave it a poor 2
Yes,
out of 5.
girls 3.
The girls liked it a bit more, but not
There
much.
you go.
An average 3
Idiot
out of
girls. They're not real gamers, you see. Or at least not in the
Road
90s.
Rash 2, a bike
Oh,
race game
Road
with
Rash.
real
Bloody
power.
love this game.
You're up against some pretty nasty competition, including some fine, happy traffic
Best version
cops.
ever played of Road
This
Rash
one's
game was,
there.
funnily enough, on the 3DO.
Great graphics and playability.
If anybody can tell me what that
It's
telly
just
is at the bottom of the
again,
screen that
sounds
they're
like
playing
the
on,
original.
tell me. I'm really
As
curious.
you
I would
probably
love
know,
one.
You can punch and kick and backhand. The fights are pretty horrific, especially if you fall off.
Fights are horrific in a good way or a bad way. Well, hey!
Just falling off. I've got to get back on my bike if I want to win the
I
race.
remember this game. I'm sure you can swing a
Doesn't
chain
look
about
like
your
I'm
head
going
as you
to.
ride along and whatnot.
If you do win a race, you get prize money.
It's pretty
which
decent.
You can buy a new bike. This is the main difference between Road Rash 2 and
Two-player,
the
I forgot
original.
about that
You
actually.
can now play 2 players simultaneously.
That seems to run pretty well considering.
If I
it's
didn't
on
have
the
Road
old
Rash
Mega
1,
Drive.
I'd buy this. It's one of the best racing games around.
I kept getting busted by the police. It's not my kind
Did
of
she
game,
say
so I
busted
wouldn't
or
buy it,
bested?
but it's a very good game and it's fun to play.
This game looks and sounds great. You need a certain amount of skill to get through it, but it's easy to get into.
I say 4 out of 5.
The boys gave it 4 out of 5, and the girls didn't like it so much.
You
they
see?
gave it an average 3 out of 5.
It's because they don't like violence and the hittings and motorbikes.
When you hear the word robot, what do you think of? R2-D2 or C-3PO from Star
Terminator.
Wars, or maybe even metal people like these? In the early days of robots, the designers tried to build them with everything they'd ever need to know already programmed in. But it was impossible. Even simple things like walking were too difficult.
This looks like it's sneaked up upon us. This is the weekly educational segment of the show, which sometimes I'd rather they didn't even include.
He's very simply constructed. He's got 4 legs driven by compressed air that can either move up or down, or backwards or forwards. The difference with Igor is that he wasn't programmed
Igor, I thought you called him Igor a second ago, Mr. Crane.
To teach himself how to walk. That's the clever bit. They set him going.
Good old ribbon cable running off the back of it there.
Break, and when they came back, Igor was hopping mad.
Is that an airline as well, that blue one?
What makes Igor tick? Well, he was built and programmed by Martin, who's over here. Welcome to the program.
Oh, Martin, do you ever get out of your house?
Igor has a learning system inside this computer here, and what that does when we first switch him on is it takes guesses.
Your shirt is huge. We're all shirts and jumpers huge in the 90s. That's what I'd like to know.
And he tries moves like that to see if he can improve his performance.
I see. And how long does it take him to learn how to walk?
Oh, it can take days.
I see. But it's just like you or I learning how to walk when you were tiddly tiny.
It could take days.
If you fall down,
I'm sure you could just program the fecker to walk, and then it doesn't need to take days.
Better and better and better, and then like Igor, you can learn to walk.
Igor, you can't make up your mind, Mr. Crane, can you?
How do you expect him to walk?
If we give him a second, we'll ask him to show us.
Oh, come on then, Igor. You're on telly now. Show us how you were supposed to walk.
This is how he was supposed to walk. Oh dear.
Stand up.
When he's not drunk.
He's been on the Castrol again, hasn't he? Go on.
There he goes. And what he's doing is he's moving diagonally opposite legs, one after another.
Oh, but that's what you as a human thought.
I can't walk very well.
Of course, he's a machine. How did he walk?
Well, he learned to walk like this, more like a frog. There you go.
Incredible.
We didn't expect he could do that.
No, never worked with children, animals, or robots.
Interesting. Nope. Pointless. Yes. Namrud, your room's a bloody mess, and look at all those cables.
And I'll have time for the more important things.
Surely that's some sort of hazard.
Improving my score on Nemesis on the Game Boy. And here's how you robotless slimy furtlers
Oh look,
can
there's a
improve
robot
your scores.
Namrud off the left
Simply
of the screen.
Pause the game.
How exciting,
and then press
Mr. Rood.
Up, down, down, left, right, B, A. You'll start
I
the game
want
with
to see
loads
the
of
game.
power-ups and
Not. Obviously not.
Fun. Have you got Barbie Goes Shopping? I think it needs a bit more thirtling.
Nipples.
Nam with his only friend there.
Nipples 1,
If you want to read the
Nipples
data blast,
2.
set your video recorder now. But first, a special sneak preview
I
of the
sounded a
comic
bit
release
pervy
day.
there, didn't I?
On the 12th of March,
I didn't mean to,
Comic
apologies.
Relief are holding their 4th Red Nose Day, and they're hoping to
Fourth
raise
Red Nose Day, really?
£500,000 with the
My
release
God.
of a computer game called Sleepwalker, and here it is
Sleepwalker.
for the first time ever on telly. The idea is that you play
I remember
this
that
dog
game.
called Ralph, and he's got to stop his master Lee from getting into trouble.
The good old Amiga.
Lee's sleepwalking, and Ralph has to go on ahead
I
to get rid of all
completely forgot
the
that was
dangers
anything to do
that
with
might
Comic
wake
Relief,
Lee
to be
up.
honest with you, but I do
When he
remember
gets
the
waked
game.
Up, that's the end
I
of
think
your
I
go.
remember playing a demo back
I've
of it
now got him
in the
into
day, I should
safe
say, but I
area
don't think I've ever
so
actually
that
played
I can take
the real
Ralph
game or the full
to go
game.
along and get rid of all the dangers. The other thing to look out for are various different letters around the screen. If you
How
can
did
find
the
letters
dog
that make
creature
up the
just
word
get
comic,
electrocuted?
you get to special bonus rounds.
Ooh.
It also features the voice of Lenny Henry, and lots of fine comics have worked on it. It's available on the
Really?
Commodore 64, the ST, the PC and the Amiga, priced between £15 to £30. And for every game sold, £4.32 goes to Comic Relief.
That's not
More
bad.
details will be in the data blast at the end of the programme.
Good game. Now, last week we had copies
Lemmings.
of the classic game Lemmings to give away as the competition
I
prize.
just picked
5
up that
indeed.
Lemmings there
And the
on the
winner's name's
spectrum
showing across the bottom of the screen now.
due to
Well
this
done. We
bloody
wanted to know
programme.
whether a lemming was a type of guinea pig, squirrel, or rat.
I'd have no idea.
And interesting enough, a lemming is a type of rat.
Oh,
This
well, I
week's
was
competition
right. I
prize
think I
is
said
5
rodent.
Road Rash 2 leather jackets,
Ooh.
as demonstrated by the lovely Andy, and 5 Road Rash 2 games. The questions are this: which science fiction author invented the 3 laws of robotics?
If you think you know, send your answer on a postcard or stop down
no
the
idea.
envelope to reach us by next Monday
Damn.
at the latest, please, to the usual Bad Influence address. I hope this jacket fits you better than it fits me.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See ya, that seemed very quick again, as I usually say. This is Data Blast, guys. You set your video machine to record this back of the day, watch it back frame by frame, look at all the hints, tips and information. Woo! But that's that one, guys. Bad Influence, Season 1, Episode 10. another one in the bag for you. But as always guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?